Two, three, four. Even the drummer stopped in the right place. Phenomenally. Hello, everybody.
Hello again. Welcome to All About the Bass. I'm Nathan.
And I'm the captain. And today we're having less Roland JDXI and more just old-fashioned guitar with a Boss DR880. But the reason that we are doing this here broadcast for public viewing is, do you watch Epic Deals over on Andertons TV that normally Pete and Rabir do? You ever seen an episode of Epic Deals?
Yeah.
It's where we get guitars that are, you know, or pedals or amps or whatever that used to be really expensive and now really cheap, and we have a few to sell, and boom. So we've never done an Epic Deal, I don't think, on All About the Bass, but we're doing one today.
Whoa.
The Schecter Diamond series are a range of basses, well, guitars and basses actually. Sort of a mid-price range of guitars. These particular ones here made in South Korea, soon to be wiped off the face of the map by an overly aggressive North Korea, if you believe everything you read in the news. Maybe not.
No. This news just in.
Let's hope not, eh?
Yeah.
So, no, so this is Schecter Diamond series, and this is what's called the J bass.
Oh, what could that possibly mean?
Who knows? Let's be honest with you, because they're entirely original in their design, never copying anything else. And these basses were a bass that would have set you back about £500 when they were at their normal selling price, and have been discontinued now and are available to buy for £299 while stocks last.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
Well, so they've gone from kind of like, you know, Fender Mexican money down to Squire money, basically.
Yeah, that's entry-level bass money, isn't it? That's no money, really.
So, tell us about the bass, Nath.
Okay, well, ostensibly, you're looking at a jazz-style bass, which is very cool. We like jazz basses.
We do like jazz basses.
And you've got the usual controls that you'd associate with that, i.e. 2 volumes and a tone.
Yep. Passive circuit.
Passive circuit. We've got a little push pot on the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat. What does that do?
Well, it's like a little phase sort of invert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to give you some different tones.
Oh, I see.
Different sounds. We'll investigate that.
We will.
In a little while, see what it sounds like. Also, the pickups, you've got very chunky sort of pole pieces.
We like.
Yeah, so very much like a sort of Seymour Duncan quarter pounder vibe. You know, you get a
pokey, fat.
Fat, yeah, to give you a fatter sound. Also, we've got a nice sort of cast bridge. That's nice and chunky too.
Yeah. String through body or through the bridge?
Through bridge.
Yeah. I like it.
And on the Sunburst one here, obviously maple neck, with like a satin finish on the back.
Oh yeah.
Bit of a gloss finish on the fretboard. And
nice.
And then we've got the rosewoods on these ones too. So.
I like it. Now, I can only imagine that at some point in the life of these basses, there has been a minor spec change, because although the black one and the ivory one are the same model, the black one has a satin finish neck with a rosewood fingerboard, and the ivory one has a gloss finish neck with a rosewood fingerboard. So there we are. Make of that what you will, but it is what it is. So you've got satin finish with a gloss finish on the front.
I've got both.
You've got both.
I've got satin on the back, gloss on the front.
Well, you know, I mean, that's
something for everybody.
That's something that Fender originally only used to have on their really kind of top of the range models, and the idea was to give you the smoother kind of feel of a satin finish on the back of the neck, but the brightness and the feel of a gloss finish neck on the front, which was supposed to be like kind of like the best of both worlds. So people used to say they liked the sound of the gloss finish ones, but they liked the feel of the satin finish ones. I'm talking about guitars now, so I think they've just sort of chucked that over at sort of the bass end and go, well, we'll give that a try.
Why not?
So we're using the Fender Bassman 800 in its we're using it on its overdrive channel, but we're not really using any overdrive. We're just using that because that's got the active EQ on here, and we kind of prefer the sound of it. But anyway, let's have a listen to these here Schecter pickups, and then we'll explore what this phase switch does as well.
All right then. So a front pickup on its own. Back pickup. And then both together. Oh, fat.
I like it.
It's all right, isn't it?
Normally, when on a jazz bass, when both pickups are wound up together, they are working, if you like, they're wound the same way around, so they sound fat, almost like a humbucker would. Now, the phase switch on here reverses the way in which I think it's the neck pickup is wound, although it kind of doesn't really matter. But obviously, what you then get is one pickup wound one way and one pickup wound the other, so they kind of don't really work against each other, but it's like the sort of position 2 and 4 on a Strat, that kind of vibe.
Okay.
So yeah. So if you
I'll play, and then you
yes,
tweak
I know
it.
what you want to say. Something about pulling knobs out and things like that. We're not going there.
We're
right.
not
No,
today. Not yet.
Not today. Look at our little Danish man. He's so excited. Right.
So then, let's do this.
Do it. So there you go. Interestingly, and this I've noticed this before on Far Eastern made guitars, whenever you have a pull switch, knob that kind of pulls out like this on a guitar, there is an assumption made by factory assembly workers who don't really know what that does, that must be a coil tap. So they just stick these little coil tap stickers on, and obviously most of the time it is a coil tap, but in this instance it isn't. So this is a coil tap switch is wrong.
They ran out of phase inverts.
Well, that's it. I think it's just like, well, let's just stick something on there so that somebody knows that it does something. But in this instance, it's not a coil tap.
To be taken with a pinch of salt.
I think we should take that with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
So I've also noticed. Well, I'm not going to take the credit for this. Our eagle-eyed Danish video, cameraman today has spotted that the yellow one, the black one, and the Sunburst one here have got the same shaped headstock and the same satin finish on the back of the neck. So these two are ostensibly identical, other than this is a rosewood fingerboard and this is a maple fingerboard. This is a rosewood fingerboard. The yellow one, which may be perhaps a slightly older series or a slightly newer series, who knows, because they're all discontinued now anyway, has a very slightly different shaped headstock and has the gloss neck with the rosewood fingerboard. Yeah. Other than that, they appear to be identical, but
clay dots on this one.
Oh yeah.
Pearl inlays on this one. Pearl dots on this one, and then just kind of ebony ones on here. So.
Obviously, if one of the features that you really specifically want is a gloss finish neck as opposed to a satin finish neck, then obviously buy the ivory coloured one, or the yellow coloured one, whatever you want to call that. And if you specifically want a satin finish neck, buy either the black one or the Sunburst one. They're all the same price. They're all $2.99. They're all fresh boxed stock, but I'm guessing some have been sitting in a warehouse somewhere a little longer than the others. Who knows? But for $2.99, you know. What do you want?
What do you want?
So what do you want to do? Do you want to just sort of finish off with a little bit more playing? Have we talked about anything else? I mean, I don't think
there's anything else to cover, really.
If you're one of these people that is desperate for specs, then I'll put links in the descriptions below where you can go and find them. I mean, from memory, it's a 34-inch scale length, so it's a jazz bass kind of vibe. It's a 16-inch radius. The nut width is pretty much the same as a jazz bass. It's a slim C-shaped kind of profile.
Tuners look pretty
Like
good
vintagey
quality.
tuners, aren't they? I mean,
It plays, from a player's point of view, it plays really nice.
typically speaking, if you look at the sort of brands and the sort of guitars that are coming out of South Korea, they are sitting in that kind of £500 to £600 up to sort of £1,100 bracket. That's kind of where they sit. So it's generally accepted that, you know, the sort of the hierarchy of Far Eastern made guitars kind of goes Japan, the premium, South Korea. Did you hear that? Did you? The cameraman's stomach made a slightly hungry noise. But anyway, Japan at the top, South Korea is kind of like the next one down, then Indonesia and places like, and then you've got sort of China and Vietnam and stuff like that. So if that's anything to go by, you know, you wouldn't expect to pay $299 for a guitar made in South Korea. So yeah, that's it really. I mean, is there anything? Do we even need to jam out? I mean, I suppose we've got a drum machine, so we probably should, shouldn't we? What do you want to? So I find a different. Bossa Nova. Is that your kind of thing?
That sounds terrible.
Okay, we won't do a Bossa Nova then. What's going on? Fretless fusion. What's going on? Let's have a look. 3.